Like he's not somebody that has to, be iced out and like he's not trying to keep up with the Joneses.
I know somebody to be mad at J. Cole because he don't be iced out. The same person.
I do.
It's a weird thing to be upset at.
That is very weird. Calls him fake about it too.
That they won't spend the money in the foolish manner in which you would spend it.
Yeah. You might want to look deep inside of yourself.
J. Cole was having first of all, did y'all see Soulja Boy get mad at J. Cole for no reason?
He apologized.
Did he apologize? Yeah. Good for him if he did.
After he had like multiple spats.
Well, Nicki Minaj pretty much told him he didn't mean nothing by that. He was actually giving you props.
Because I saw
jumped out the window.
I saw the comment, and when he came around, he still was giving him his flowers, his peas at the end. But I totally understood what he was saying about this is what I was listening to, and he also came back and was like, "Yo, I had to understand that these dudes do this well, and it worked." And I did Yule too.
He literally said, I was being a hater.
Yeah, he said that.
He didn't say I hate Soulja Boy. He said I was being a hater.
But Soulja Boy.
Can we preface this whole segment by? We should probably preface this segment about what we talking about.
Preface.
Well, what I wanted to talk about was something that he said about with the interview with Lil Yachty. It caught my attention, and this relates to how he goes about his features. So, and this blew my mind. He said, and this is in relation to him and why he doesn't pay for features. He doesn't charge people for features.
Talking about Mr. Jermaine. So he's like, yo, bro, it's just a bar, bro. Like a lot of my bars be really on point, but it's just a flex. I'm not going to charge an N-word 2,000 a word. I don't even charge N-words for that verse I'm doing. He's like, I'm just inspired to do it. Like I don't charge people to do verses. And the reason I'm using Soulja Boy as an example, because he also, on the other side, said if you want a verse, it's going to cost you $1 million.
Ain't nobody paying Soulja Boy no $1 million for nothing.
It's going to cost you $100K if you want him to go to the club.
You think Kanye paid him $1 million to not use that verse? He was in his feelings about Ye not using that verse, and I'm sure it was whack.
$100K for a show, $1 million for a verse.
Okay.
Right?
Stay off the lane, kids.
So here I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Two-part question here. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on one part, but the first part speaks to J. Cole being who he is. Are you guys shocked that he doesn't charge for verses?
Nah, yes. I'm not.
You are.
Jay-Z don't charge for verses.
Well, you know what? I take that back because J. Cole sold enough records and he has done enough big shows to where he does this out of actual competition. He's one of the people, once again, I don't think J. Cole is rapping to eat, so he has a different mentality. So it doesn't really surprise me.
So initially you were going to say you were surprised?
I had to rethink about where J. Cole is in the overall hip-hop marketplace. And if he actually vibes with an artist and wants to do something with them, then he's not going to charge him. He's going to do it. I mean, of course, there's back-end paperwork that he's going to take care of, but as far as like charging something up front, if he vibes with the artist and actually wants to be on the song, I could very much see him not charging.
He's very much somebody who wants to control his own IP in that aspect, so I think he's just going to do what he wants to do.
Like I don't think you can throw a bag at him and say get on Young School Shooter's new song.
Nope, he ain't gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it. Yeah, that's fair. What you think, Terry, in terms of him not charging for the verses? Doesn't shock you either?
Not surprised. Like I said, Jay-Z don't charge either. If he don't like you, just ain't gonna hop on your track.
You don't need the money. Like
it's dope that he actually cares about what he jumps on.
Yeah, so I think this whole pay for a feature thing is, I don't want to say it's new, but for the longest time it was just like trading. Like you would trade. You would trade. All right, cool. You want to do a verse on my thing? Cool. I'll do a verse on your thing, and they would swap verses, and that's how you would pay for it. You know,
handle the paperwork on the back end and just go from there.
You know when this really became an issue?
Because I know Dirk threw a number out a while back. I can't remember what the number was, so I'm not going to misquote it, but it was a decent amount for a feature from Dirk. Go ahead.
Snoop's feature's high,
You know, when this became an issue, I think is when Mace didn't show up for the Cameron video. He's like, okay, I did the verse, but I need this much money to still even show up for the video.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember that.
They didn't speak for a long time just based off of that alone. Yeah. You know, because they're supposed to be people. There is a separate situation because sometimes people will, the record companies, and it may not even been Mace's fault, you know, because sometimes the record companies will sign off on a feature, but then won't sign off on you being in the video because maybe you have a single out at that same time and they don't want to oversaturate and say, oh, well, if we got a single we're trying to push, we don't want so-and-so to be on someone else as a feature because the radio program director might pick between one of the two and it won't be us.
Right.
So there have been situations like that to where you know, there has to be certain paperwork to even sign off on something as a single. You know, people have gotten their singles shut down because they have a feature and there's not a priority enough for them to put that out as a single. It's like I said, capitalism.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
No, for sure. Because at the same time, think about it, an artist that, you know, you get your upfront money.
Yeah.
What if you start to realize, oh man, I got to make this money back? Cool, yeah, they got this single allocated, but they know that, you know, all right, if I shoot a video and I can charge them for the video too at the same time, maybe I can get a little bit more of that money back. So there's lots of things at potential play here.
So part two of this.
Okay.
You heard J. Cole say, I'm doing this is because I'm inspired to do it. So that's where he's at. He just obviously he loves being a creative. With Soulja Boy saying his mill and his 100K and all that, does that mean that Soulja Boy is any less inspired just because he's focusing on the bread?
Yeah.
Because somebody, I'm not going to say people, I'm just saying this is the conversation that I had.
With people.
It's the quality of the product. I mean,
that was my argument. But the conversation was, it doesn't mean that Soulja Boy is not as inspired to make music. It's just that he want to get his paper.
well, you're not going to make that $1 million back by paying Soulja Boy for a feature. Ain't nobody checking for Soulja Boy right now.
Inspiration and product are different kind of ideas. Like being inspired to create something versus being inspired to make money are different things. And they come from different.
Like that.
Absolutely.
They come from different places.
What I'm thinking is that person was trying to draw the parallel to say, well, Soulja Boy is an artist as well. He's just as artist street,
No, he's
if you want to
not.
call it. I agree. But as J. Cole is, he just wants his paper also. And I'm
Look,
like, nah, I don't know
You
if it works
can
that
be
way.
both, but
I
that's
mean,
just not the case here.
let's
That's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
I mean,
at.
just
That's
if we-
what I'm saying.
If we take it away from Soulja Boy, like remember, like, you know, people said, you know, Busta was like, I pioneered the feature. And think about how much work he did before his first album came out. He would jump on a little bit of everything. And
True.
He's probably like, let me get $10,000, let me get $5,000 here. Like, for some people, it really is a hustle as far as getting your name on things, getting featured, and getting that upfront money. Because honestly,
He said that.
you're not going to get that upfront money from your record company.
He said that.
So let me get it from these other record companies. My feature is a part of your budget, and I don't have to pay any of that money back. You know, whether you get to pay that money back, hey, that's on you. But here, I'm gonna really do a fire hook, or I'm gonna do this, and I have a little bit of heat right now, so it might make it in the mix show, or maybe even be something that makes it into A or B rotation because I'm on it. And then you can start to increase your price based on that. Once again, if you're still in a position where you're rapping to eat, I'm not mad at you for having a set price for you to jump on something.
Right.
You know, J. Cole, if he doesn't record anything else, he's gonna be fine. I'm not counting his
We don't
pockets.
count his
I don't know
pockets,
where he's
no.
at right now financially, but he doesn't seem like a person who's outliving, you know, his means. He still looks like, you know, he buys his clothes and shoes from Target. Not his shoes. He's one of those dudes who always has nice shoes. But like,
Yeah, y'all don't shop at the same shoe
no,
store.
he's
Yeah.
not spinning the wheel to get his shoes. But you know, when you see, he just wears like regular sweatsuits, you know, like he's not somebody that has to, you know, be iced out, and like he's not trying to keep up with the Joneses.
I know
So-
somebody that'd be mad at J. Cole because he don't be iced out. You know, the same person.
I do.
It's a weird thing to be upset at.
That is very weird. Calls him
Did
fake about it too.
That they won't spend the money in the foolish manner in which you would spend it.
Yeah.
You might want to look deep inside of yourself.
Long being on the therapy wave. That person might have to sit down and talk to somebody on that one, because I don't understand.
That's wild energy.
That's wild energy to be mad that somebody doesn't dress flashy as an adult.
Why would you care what another man dresses as?
Listen, man.
Lone, that's weird, brother.
And
That's
plus,
weird.
if you've been paying attention at all, you know he got it in a bank somewhere. He doesn't have to wear it on his ass.
True.
You know, some of you
That's
basically
poverty, man.
Everything you got is
What is it,
you
Lon?
wearing everything you
Poverty.
got.
Shouts to Slade.
Yeah, shout out to Slade. That's poverty.
You know, it's the mindset of that. You know, that $100,000 car gets you from point A to point B is you know, the same way that $5,000 car gets you from point A to point
Same
B.
way that bicycle does sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause you look, I've been driving, and there'll be somebody with the V8 or the V12, and they speed up to get to the same red light that I'll be
Same
right at.
one.
Yeah, so it doesn't. You know, but some people's mentality towards that is just
that's a luxury.
skewed. You know, it's a luxury, and I'm not begrudging.
I mean, if you can afford it, brother, by all means, I ain't gonna count your pockets.
Oh,
go do what you do. Go get it.
Because trust me, there are things that I have and we all have that, you know, that we like to spend money on.
True.
That we don't need. We just like it.
Yeah.
True.
You know, so
Crack.
Dang. Is that a good? I don't know what type of investment that is.
I don't need all them hockey jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like.
Different levels of crack.
You know, yeah, you're right.